Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm Alison, this is Sew Like Dotty. Let's get stuck into my sewing week. Well, not quite all of my sewing week. I've had quite a productive but exciting for me sewing week. I've actually made 2 new patterns this week, but one of them is in the wash. So I can't share that with you today, I will share that with you next week. I know I'm just keeping you in suspense a little bit. But I have got 2 new makes to share with you today. The first one I'm wearing. And this is a pattern that I made many times over the last year, and it is the Italian Brunette Le Hoodie. So I make it without the hood, the hoodie without the hood. Yeah, it's in the pattern, you can make it that way. When I started making this, I was making the extra large. I dropped down to the large, hummed and hard with this one whether to go large or medium, but it's meant to look oversized and I didn't want it to be fitted. This is something that I'm looking to maybe pull over a t-shirt dress or something on a chilly day, or just pull on with jeans if I need an extra layer. So it's a double up layer item, but I love it. So this is a French terry that's from Pound Fabrics in the UK. They have it in, or they had it in, I don't know if they still do, in 3 colourways. I got the pink heart, as you can see. I'll stand up so you can see it. I already had the ivory rib, and I was making it on the baby lock stand actually last week, so some of you might have come to see me while I was making this, but I didn't get it finished because she kept me busy, which is good. So I like it, I really like it. I've just got it on with some lawn pants today, which seem to have come out the wash slightly smaller than they went in, so I'm going to turn them into cropped lawn pants. These ones fit me okay because they're the adjusted rise, and I don't mind them shrinking, it helps the fit. But yeah, it's like a loop back French terry, so it's not overly thick. I do like, there's like a lilac and green colour that I do like. It's a possibility I might get that. I actually got 2 meters. I can get a sweatshirt generally out 1.5 meters, but I think it was quite wide, so I've got a big chunk left. And today I was on my monthly Saturday sews and I got a big parcel from Flamingo Prints of all the patterns. I mentioned this one last week, which is the Maze dress. I don't know if it's Maze or Maisie. It's not IE on the end, so I'm calling it Maze. Which is the t-shirt and the skirt. I like the version of it. Don't know how well you'll see it on the line drawings on the back. This one here where the t-shirt actually comes over. Now what I'm thinking is, I just tried on my Aspen dress, you know, the denim one with all the top stitching, which I altered, and it's too big. I'm not going to alter it again because I've already done a lot of alterations to it, but the skirt part of it, I think I can reuse. I don't know how wide the skirt on this is till I get the pattern pieces out, but I think there's enough of this left to make a t-shirt. I've got some more ivory rib because I'd ordered some to go with something else that I've cut out. So I think this with the darker skirt, yeah, I'm happy to give that a go and see how I find it. Nothing ventured because the dress is now unwearable, and yeah, I've got spare fabric that I didn't expect to have. So I don't know when that's going to happen. I don't often show you what's behind it. It's normally quite clear. There's a lot happening in my sewing world right now. My head, I think I said the other day, my head was buzzing and I was feeling a bit overwhelmed. I feel like the dust settled and I know what I want to do. I wanted to just finish this off obviously this week and show you a brand new make, which I absolutely love. And then I made another brand new make, and then I cut another, how many things have I cut? I think I've got 3 things cut out ready to go. So yeah, and I'm at a social tomorrow actually when this vlog goes out. It's our monthly social at Kingston Park. So I've got a sagebrush top. That's a blast from the past, isn't it? I'll show you that next week. So, what else have I got? Let me put these away. Keep it tidy, Alison. Keep it tidy. So, I got the Carme Apparel Love Child. I finally remembered the name because I keep calling it, I don't know, Tuesday Child, Sunday Child, Freedom Child, you name a child, I've called it that, which is this dress just here. I have actually got a larger printout from the pattern of the line drawn, so I want to show you that. So this is it here. I think you'll be able to see that a bit better. So we've got very big sleeves, like big pieces. Then the collar with some little ties that you can put in, a V-neck, and then the tiers. Now I'll read what it says in the instruction booklet. So it says, Love Child was born from the combination of all things I love about the clothes I've designed. So this is Imbi from Carme Apparel. The luxurious, voluminous peasant sleeve taken from the tablecloth top pattern, and a v-neck front with ties at the neck from the Imbi dress pattern. Now the Imbi is a free pattern if you go on the Carme Apparel website. A neat collar from the Summer Vibes dress, and the bodice from the tablecloth Imbi dress, and the tiers from the Pretty Little Layers dress. Pockets from them all, because every flowy dress needs pockets, right? Maybe not. The result is a slim bodice that flows into a beautifully tiered skirt with showstopper sleeves. Wear it loose or flowy, change up the number of tiers. 2 tiers makes a super cute mini dress, 3 gives you a lunch date midi, and 4 gives you a luxurious boho dress. Belted it gives a defined skirt and top vibes. As always, I like to provide you with the patterns as a base, and the rest is up to you, your creativity and fabric choices to create the very piece you want to love. Now, I did change it slightly. There was a bit of CBA, can't be bothered, I'll be polite. I didn't want a skirt that was too full of tiers. This is kind of my toile, and it moved up the list because it's Saturday today. My friend's husband wasn't going to have a party for his 60th, then decided midweek he is, so we're off to their house tonight for a party, and I thought, I want to make something. I don't get that very often. I was like, I'm going to make that dress. Paula was really pleased because she's been saying to me for ages, get cracked on with that dress, I want to see it. So I don't know, I want to show off my slightly slimmer silhouette, I guess. I'm unsure about too much volume in the skirt, and for me this dress is just all about the sleeves. Like, I'm in love with the sleeves. Now it's in a viscose, which is from Pound Fabrics. It's £3.50 a metre, and it's still available. If you want to check that out, you can. And it's meant to have a tier here, and then you've got 1, 2, 3. Now, because I was sort of cutting this out in a trance, it says yoke front and back. I was thinking, where's the yoke? Like, I couldn't work it out in the pattern, but the first tier is the yoke. Just saves you getting confused by it. I mean, it might just be me. So I didn't need to cut that bit out anyway. And then the tiers are basically rectangles. So I went to an Old Faithful. In the kimono dress that I copied off something, I used the skirt off the Friday Pattern Company Davenport dress with a big deep tier on it. I've cut the pattern pieces out so they're in both, and I thought, I think that'll go as long as I make the top and bodice go together. So in this dress that I've just made, in this dress the width of the top and the width of the skirt without elastic are the same, but in this one it's different because the bodice is more fitted, so I just gathered the skirt in, so you'll see it when it's on. I'm ultra pleased with it. It's got a 4-inch hem in altogether, so I just did a 2-inch hem and a 2-inch hem just because I wasn't sure of the length, and when I do that in the other dress it comes up a bit more empire lined, so I know that I can shorten, say, the ruffle piece, and I've got it nailed for another time. So I just left those tier pieces sitting there. So if you're going to print it out, you could probably do the same. Pattern price wise, very good price point, maybe £8 or £9 I think for the pattern. So let me get it and show you it now. So this is she, just here. So details, you've got a little collar, you've got different options on this now. When I put the collar on, there's a video that you can link into. It's on YouTube anyway, but there's a link to it in the pattern for the collar construction, and she says to go up straight, but what I found was instead of it just lining up with this, it sort of was coming over here, so I altered that. I might do it with a slightly rounded off collar next time I do it, but I actually, when it's on, I do like how that sits. You've got a facing just here, so it gives you a nice V-neck. Now there is an option to put sort of a narrow tie in here, so you've got that dangling down. I was playing around with the string of beads that I had similar colours into this, and I basically played around with it to put like a little bit of it dangling down, but it was too heavy. So I just took it out and I thought, it doesn't need it. It's kind of my toile. I don't feel like it needs anything, but I guess the tie just adds a bit more detail. The bodice doesn't have any darts in it. Now there's a story. So I did what I've been learning on my Tilly and the Buttons bodice fitting course. I made the bodice, put the facing in, put it on and thought, I've made a mistake. I've cut it in the medium. I should have cut the large. It's too small. My boobs feel squashed in it. Luckily, I thought maybe it'll be different when the sleeves go in and the skirt goes on. And I'm so pleased that I didn't stop at that point, because I actually ended up taking the side seams from about 6 centimetres up from the waist. I graded it in by 1 centimetre on the seam allowance, so effectively took 4 inches out of the waist. But the medium bust 100% works for me. The sleeves at full length look like this. There's lots of volume, lots of drape in this. However, you'll see when I put it on that what you do, I'll try and demo this, but you see it better on. So this has only got, I just put 6mm elastic in it. You push that sort of up to your elbow and that creates all of the drama. Drama. Like, I'm not kidding. I love this. And I made it for tonight, and I was going to wear it tonight, but it's a bit of a, when there's lots of us there, it's a bit of a jeans and top sort of thing rather than a dress sort of thing. And I sort of felt a little bit overdressed in it. Might change my mind, but I think I'm going to wear the other thing. So that's it there. Then you've got the long skirt. I've done it maxi length, and then you've got the big tier there. Now, Emma this morning had cut this out to make a top. We had a discussion on which way the fabric should go, and I actually went down and had a chat with my daughter about it, who was kind of like, you know, when, yeah, I should have known better. This was before she went away. So this is the opposite direction. The lines run across the selvage, so the pattern itself runs like this. But for me, I wanted the zebra print bit to look like this. There's no, I don't think there's a directional print in this. So I've done it, that's better, with those lines going down. And the only thing Ira did say, which I think was entirely reasonable, is some of these blue animal print bits kind of line out up, and she just said, just watch the placement. I'm sure you'll know what I mean by that. I popped my cherry pick label in that I got at Barnella last week. How fast has that got into a make? And yeah, it was a different collar construction, but it actually worked really well. I'm very happy with it. There'll definitely be more. I do want to make the tablecloth top. I think my worry now is that the bodice on this is quite fitted. I might message Imbi on Instagram and just ask her about that. How does it compare? I know I can always size up, but I'm just interested. So gathering wise, I did all of my gathering on the overlocker. You guys know how much I love that. I did what did I do? Between the notches on the sleeves, I did a differential of 2 and a stitch length of 4. I always use stitch length of 4 on the overlocker when I gather. On the waist, I did 1.8. And on the skirt, I also did it on a 2 because the pattern piece that I've got for that is really wide. How much additional gathering did I need to do after that to pull the threads in? None on the sleeves. Couldn't believe it. None on the waist, and a tiny little bit on the skirt. So it actually, once I got the neckline done, came together super quick. I wasn't in a rush to make it. I am going to put it on and show you it. So I'm going to turn around so I don't reappear in my bra again like I did the other week, and I'll be back with you in a couple of minutes. So I don't really know how well you'll be able to see this. I will put some photos in and hopefully a little video. This is the dress. Obviously I know you can't see it full length, but as you can see it's got a quite fitted body, but you just pull it on and off. I'll turn to the side so you can see it there. So nice fit there. You can see the volume in that sleeve. If I pull that down, you can see how that looks. So it looks a little bit smarter. It reminds me of something else, but I can't remember what. It's just got elastic, but you could put a little, well no, you couldn't if you wanted to pull it up, you'd have to put elastic in, so you just do that. I've not done it overly tight, but it just stays in place. I think it's quite clever. I did see a top pop up on my Instagram feed from H&M, which was very similar, but a shirt with buttons, and it had a very broad sleeve like that. I screenshot it yesterday, I think. From the back point of view, you see it there. I feel like it's a nice fit. The waist sits, there's my natural waist, so it's about an inch above my natural waist, which I think probably is the right place for it. The first tier would have been here, and actually I'm really pleased that I've done it how I have, with the length like that. I really hope that you can see it. If not, you'll see it. I'll put the video in side by side anyway. Let me find my chair. So today's the first day that I've actually kind of washed and dried my hair and put some makeup on since I made it. So I think sometimes you need to sort of style it up a bit, don't you, so you can see what it looks like for yourself, because I absolutely adore it. I really do. I just think how that's sitting, my mic's pulling it a little bit there, but it actually just sits quite flat there. I love that. I mean, if you wanted to, you could put a little thing there so that wasn't as open, if you prefer it not to be, but you know, it's here, it's not showing anything. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. I feel like the neckline sits really nice. I think for me to style it up, if I was on holiday with like my hair up quite loosely and maybe a curl down and some dangly earrings, would be quite nice. I've got some of the fabrics that I think would be good. Now, it's definitely fabric hungry, you can imagine, with these sleeves. It took around 4 meters. I did have a little faux pas with the skirt, so I sort of folded it over and over again, and one of them wasn't quite a full piece and I hadn't realised. So I did have a bit more, which was lucky. But I think if I hadn't done that, I would have got it straight out of 4 meters. It does say about 4.5 meters, but it depends on the tiers that you use as well. I didn't need it quite as long, so obviously next time I'll make it a little bit shorter, that you use a little bit less. I could take some volume out of the ruffle. It doesn't need to be as wide as I do it. That's okay. But like Imbi says in the instructions, you know, she gives you the skeleton of the pattern, and then it's up to you to do what you want to do with it from there. So let me know what you think. Yeah, I think you can probably tell I'm always very genuine about things, and I don't say I like things when I don't, and I really like it. I've surprised myself. It's given me a little bit of 1970s vibes, and I'm okay with that. Am I expecting somebody to call me Margot Ledbetter? Possibly, I don't know. If you haven't seen The Good Life, if you're elsewhere, you won't know what I mean, but if you're in the UK, you'll know exactly what I mean. I think if I did it in certain prints, it would be 100% very 70s. It's definitely got the boho vibe to it, and I love it. Fabric, both of these fabrics, what a bargain, £3.50 a metre on Pound Fabrics. They've got, this is the Fabrics of Creativity, which you often get in, I think it's that one. I've got one up there, might be that one, but it's lovely, very nice quality, almost like a viscose chalet type feel, rather than a plain viscose. Didn't move, didn't do anything, just behaved itself. Sorry. And the French Terry was also from Pound Fabrics, £5 a metre. I'm going to sign off for today. I'll be back with you on Thursday. It's going to be a little bit different next week because it's Easter. So I've got the make of the month to share with you on Thursday. Then I think I'm going to do Saturday and Bank Holiday Monday. One of those, Saturday or Monday, will be So April blouse. I've got loads of blouse ideas. So come back and check those out. Meanwhile, have a beautiful week of sewing, and I'll see you then. Bye.